Hello and welcome to my video for my wish list as improvements that I believe that can be made to the online mode in WWE2k for 2K24. And number one, I'd like to start off with a big one for me personally, and that is bringing back the circular pin and submission that started in 2K16. Ever since they decided to remove it in 2K22, it has caused nothing but problems. Especially in 22, where you're forced to mash and that was it. I remember at the beginning of the game, people were kicking out 6 finishers a match, and you also have a turbo controller issue. But now, with this game, they have a timed system. But this timed system lets you get numerous chances to kick out. If you get hit with a finish with a circular pin, you had 2 chances and that was it. And honestly, I think that was perfect. Because right now, this pin system can be abused. If you mash as fast as possible after getting hit by a finish, there's a decent chance that you're gonna make it go slow enough to land right in it. And there is a lot of kickouts before 1 due to this issue. And even moving on past that, rapid is a system still in this game. If they're gonna keep going forward with both, they need to make sure when you join a lobby that says in big letters in the background whether it's timed or if it's mashing, because it's an issue right now. Every time you want to join a lobby, you're gonna have to read through a list of things to see if something's rapid or not. And by the time you read all that, there's a possibility that a game will already be full. Now speaking about submissions are still grossly overpowered. They thought mashing was enough of a problem that they released a new form of kicking out, but he still left submissions exactly the same. If you're hurt enough, it doesn't matter how hard you mash, you're tapping out. Nevertheless, you aren't getting out of it. The submission system is terrible. They need to bring back the wheel. That was the most balanced one they've ever had. If you learn the system, the wheel system was not bad. But many people complained about it because they never knew how to use it. I was one of those people, I didn't know how to use it until the Golden AJ Tower came out. And there's multiple submission matches on there that you had to learn it for. Now for the second one on the list. Breakers should be removed. This is a rock, paper, scissors mechanic. There's nothing skill based about this mechanic. And it has honestly harmed the reversal system. Reversals shouldn't be based on rock, paper, scissors. It's not a game of prediction. Honestly, the reversal system that I enjoyed most in a wrestling game, most recently, was from Rumble Roses, for example. You had RB and X to reverse a strike, and RB and Y to reverse a grapple. And honestly, I think a system like that worked perfectly. It actually involves seeing what your opponent's doing and reversing off of that, instead of just guessing what your opponent's going to actually do. Now, for something like that to work, you need to remove the lockup before every single grapple, which I think that they should eventually do. Now, third, you need to have more selling in this game so you can remove the stun indefinitely. They've tried to make the stun less overpowered this year by the more you attack, the faster it runs out. But honestly, the stun should just be removed from the game in general. The stun doesn't make anything more fun. It's just something that you can abuse. As soon as that meter pops up, your opponent's likely either gonna run away or gonna be extremely defensive. That's not a system that should exist. If anything, they should add back reversal limits so opponents play smarter and not because of a stun bar that appears on top of their head which seems to appear at random, because some matches it won't appear no matter how much you're getting beat up, but other matches they'll appear within the first minute. Fourth is a very big one for me, and I am begging you, 2K, with your next installment, please remove the instant kip up. The instant kip up has done nothing to help this game whatsoever. It's an instant no-sell button that you can get an infinite amount of times a match. It doesn't matter how tired you are, how beat up you are. You can do it whenever you want. Unless you're stunned, of course, which is something I also suggest to be removed. But the instant kip up is not a fun mechanic whatsoever. It has made multi-man matches feel even worse. It has made hitting finishers that aren't pin combos even worse, because there's a slight chance that they can always kip up and just avoid getting pinned and run away. And don't get me started on it also having a kip up that knocks you out of the way as soon as they do it, so you're bumped back and they can hit a move on you after that since you've been bumped. Also the possum attack kip ups, where you're just attacked, which is very hard to reverse as you won't exactly see it coming. And also the possum roll up that also comes with that. All these things are things that should not be in the game, except possum. Unless you want to make that a payback, possum may be fine. And fifth, please make online mean something for once. Add any form of ranked, add titles, because online feels like nothing less. You check the leaderboards, they're all gonna be people that hack the game to get to higher parts of the leaderboard, and 2K never does anything about it every single year. The biggest advancement that online has been given was in 2K20 when they added lobbies, but honestly that is not enough. Online should be a lot better than it is now. There should be ranked, there should be titles, there should just be something to fight for in general. So going on that, online universe is something that I'd suggest. It'd be a big advancement for universe in general. It'd be a big advancement for leagues, as they actually have something to run on, and then make those leagues feel actual meaningful instead of a guy just setting everything up. I do think that's something that is very doable, and that's something that 2K should consider doing, as online modes in this game are extremely lacking, especially when you're compared to NBA 2K, which has my league that's online, for example. It has my team, it has my career, it has the W, All-Star Team Up, all those modes that are online, while WWE2k just has a lackluster online. And don't even get me started on my faction online, which is just quick play, which is extremely disappointing. You're making a my team like mode. Online should be the focus of that mode, and online is extremely lacking. It's just quick play that is meaningless, and it is dead within a few weeks of release already. And that is a problem if they want to keep doing that mode. Well, those are just the first things that I think that they should focus on for fixing online, for improving it, and hopefully at least one of these things happens in 2K24 and they start taking online more and more serious over time. But the online community is very small at the moment, so if you want change to happen, we're gonna have to be vocal about it, because 90% of the player base of WWE2k, they're offline players. So if you want that to become bigger, you want 2K to actually care about it, you're gonna have to make your voices heard and talk to them about it to try to get things fixed and improved. Thank you for watching this video, and please make some of these things happen in the future, 2K. That is my only request.